track party that's going to be on Wednesday. Are you going to that?
I think so. Hey guys, how'd you think the seminar test was?
I mean, I thought it was alright. I mean, Sean, what'd you think about it?
Huh, piece of cake.
Really? Steve, what'd you think about it?
Oh, I have to drop this class, man. I mean, I failed every test this year. I can't even study for this final.
Really? Well, I mean, we can help you out on this final. Sean, what can we do?
We rap.
Mixmaster Sean's gonna start it off right, gonna be busting beats from day to night.
The world's first artists were truly brave. They started drawing on walls and painting in caves. The Minoans kept it fresh with the dolphin frescoes. Living on an island, they had nowhere to go. Black figure, red figure, pottery. Kuros boys stood uncomfortably. Hang with Achilles and Zeus for a while. And don't forget to put on your archaic smile. Philosophies from Socrates and Plato gave people a way to know what they know. And ignoration struck suddenly as Greek drama recounted tragedy. Discobolus, Laocoon, the Trojan War. It happened! Sparta raised a huge army while Athens was developing democracy. The Hellenistic period brought emotion to statues like Old Market Woman. The Greeks then built the Parthenon and later had new columns like Corinthia. Troy then fell and Greece was gone. The Romans built the Pantheon. Aeneas explored the underworld while the Roman Republic began to unfurl. Aqueducts passed on the Colosseum. Roman arches, can't you see them? Expansion and the Punic Wars. The destruction of Carthage off the shore. Caesar then Augustus rule with ire. Republic turns into an empire. Christianity is the new faith by word, depicted as Christ, the good shepherd. The new Christians are forced to hide away to escape persecution day by day. Constantine converted to Christianity, but the Roman Empire wasn't meant to be. The Byzantine Empire came right in with the Hagia Sophia and Justinian, with his attendants, and Theodora too. The mosaics were really something new. In the Middle Ages, life wasn't about fun, it was about saying prayers and getting to heaven. Barrel, Romanesque atrium, Jesus adorns a tympanum. Beowulf defeated the dragon with the new style of interpolation. Charlemagne rules and feudalism takes hold. The Bayeux tapestry unfolds. The Roman Catholic Church has its start. It unifies the Europe that's fallen apart. The Crusaders captured Jerusalem, only to lose it to the Muslims. After the battles, the people barely stood. The Crusades caused more harm than good. The Children's Crusade, young Christians set sail to what we call the first epic fail. Courtly love and secular poetry emerged, while King Arthur and his knights diverged to find the Holy Grail that they longed for. Ribbed vaults and Gothic plans were out on the floor. Dante wrote about his inferno while scenes of Christ were painted by Giotto. The bubonic plague took its toll. It decreased trade and interaction on the whole. Guilds formed and towns started to grow. Romanarchy took the throne. Now I'm gonna let my bro here take a stand, so put your hands together for the Renaissance man.
Now the time has come to show Theo and Glum in a time past time of beauty sublime. Baptistry doors for Brunicelli and more represents mystery in detail by talented male. Donatello was a man for a love of statues. He explains the human body man with his muse. Asiago was one who loved perspective. He incorporated symbols and light and was very observative. Antigua used position to seem as an apparition. Botticelli was the first with female nudes. And Western modern art is not perverted, dudes.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
John Van Eyck was very detailed with his art. His symbolism and style portrayed him as smart. Carver, which was known for his first use of landscape while Bulgaria incorporated colors and shapes. Da Vinci was a very popular artist and inventor. All his success was contributed to his mentor. From the Mona Lisa to the Last Supper, he lived a fulfilling life and did not suffer. Hugo Van Gogh portrayed dramatic scene of Raphael, and to this day, when he was just a teen, Michelangelo was new, but did not disappoint. He created statues that were sweet and
To the point.
From the Sistine Chapel of Capitoline Hill, he had done enough that he could just lay back and chill. Titian had a lot of scandalous nudity, but he was known for the use of his fluidity. Now I know that you think that we are sexy, but I think it's time to get
nasty.
Now we're gonna start with El Greco. He painted the view of Toledo. The Baroque era was now in style, still believing that classic art was worthwhile. Caravaggio was the man. His boy with the vascular fruit was Sam. Carpe diem, Seize the day, live your life, don't just waste away. Martin Luther, 95 pieces of paper forgiveness. He said we don't need this. Catholic Church rounded him up and said, listen punk, you're just one monk, we don't need your junk. Pack your trunk. So they kicked him out to a new nation. This was the Protestant Reformation. Gentle as she painted the women, cause she was abused, tortured, beaten. Absolutism was the new craze. Rembrandt painted himself in different ways. Or maybe you like descent from the cross. Either way, Rembrandt was the boss. The Spanish Armada and Philip II. Britain, watch out, cause they're gunning for you. Then Henry VIII started a monarchy. Broke the ties with the RCC. In England, Shakespeare wrote for the Queen, while Borromini burst out on the scene with architecture that looked all busy. Columns and statues will make you dizzy. St. Paul's Cathedral, Christopher Wren, looking Greek with all its pediments. Then there was the Palace of Versailles, with gratuitous amounts of blingage inside. Copernicus, Kepler, and our boy Newton, that was the scientific revolution. Mozart was a child prodigy. Beethoven wrote his symphonies. Even though he was stone deaf, he rocked the sound of that treble clef. Enlightenment, it was plain to see the move away from Christianity. After Bernini made his David, the Baroque era became outdated. Neoclassicism was the new thing. We're starting off with Jacques-Louis David, who made propaganda for Napoleon during the French Revolution. Price of soul is gonna be a riot. Nobody's got food because you can't even buy it. King Louis said, I ain't giving you bread, so they went and cut off his head. Nationalism was not alright when the liberals and conservatives started to fight. But Napoleon ruled France in this way, so all his homies would have a say. Romanticism came around. Goya painted Spain trying to hold the ground. Parliament was built by Britain. For a while, Baroque was back in. Frankenstein makes his creation abomination and isolation. Everyone thought the monster was evil, but all he wanted was love from people. Now for realism, woman with a rake. There's no deeper meaning. That's really it.
Yes.
Get ready for the master of pain, otherwise known as the Ukraine train.
Gonna use Impressionism to kick off the beat. Ukraine train coming at you from the street. Impressionist artists think to fight the system. The down shut up, cause we're just about to list them. Manet,
Monet.
Degas,
Renoir. You guys dancers were created, underappreciated. If they had to be rated, you know they'd be hated. Monet saw his backyard and it just had to be painted. You think as free thinkers of the human race we would see the trend be put in our place? I guess all this hating and violence is done. Well, it's only begun. Call it World War I. Countries overreigning your war caused by mania. The continent of Europe is in mass hysteria. Bismarck's ideas replaced with a place in the sun. Changes in Germany made by Wilhelm I. No, 2, my bad. Guess I better start over. Just move right along so that I can show you what life was like behind the propaganda. Pay attention to my lyrics so you can understand that people suffered shell shock, head shock, bodies rocked, mind, soul kept under key and lock. Machine guns firing, Russia stops trying, poison gas is higher and higher and higher, and the lost generation comes like grown men dying. War finally stops with the Treaty of Versailles, and let's pick on Germany, what harm could it do? Just ask yourself that come World War II, but we're not there yet, we can't roam too far. Let's go to Russia, go see the Tsar. You can see he's replaced, flat out disgrace, his country's taking over, yeah, how does that taste? Lenin is back, capitalism is dead, all in hope for peace, land and bread, totalitarianism. Yeah, that long word dehumanizes people. Yeah, it's absurd. What you want's a free speech? Well, you must be mistaken. Say goodbye to your hopes. Your rights have been taken. So who are these leaders? Well, there are only 3. Stalin, Adolf Hitler, and Benito Mussolini. You best listen to me. Just keep hearing me. These guys murder men like a bloodbath trilogy. And watch as Hitler makes history. Call me death because I'm not one for the mystery. Call my Kampf, my struggle. So hating on Jews. This will set the stage for a World War II. You want to say a lot if you know what's good for you. Don't ask, don't question, just hail mein Führer, crystal now. Glass keeps breaking, my world is shaken by all the lives that were taken. Hitler law keeps all the traitors poor. Rudy's hair stays yellow forevermore. Hitler continues to practice eugenics, while Picasso practices using geometrics to paint art with a modern art king. Get ready for Cuba, become the new thing. Hitler's totalitarian power begins to fail. LEYSL is to tell his tale. WMDs didn't know what was in store. Prepare to use words to fight this war. Democracy made the Soviets feel agitation. They refused to release their satellite nation. Reaching the 1980s is the end of the Cold War, and Soviet Russia exists no more. The kind of rock that feels made were truly flawless. Haters say I don't make sense, well call me the walrus. It's the moment of dread, life's meaning is dead. If I turn to the side, I won't take it in stride. The only choice for me must be suicide. But I won't end my life, so let the battle begin. He who dies with the most toys wins.
Now that these blasted beats are through,
We hope that our rhymes have truly helped you.
I know we'll ace it by the way we present.
Peace out from the voice of Home 10.
represent!
But I was-
Yeah.
Oh my God!